Hi guys, let us quickly look at how you can catch these market highs and market lows easily, right? So for this particular system, or for this particular strategy, what we're going to be using a MACD indicator, right? So if you look at this MACD indicator right here, let me see if I can pull it on a new chart. Okay, say there. So our settings there, obviously we're gonna change our fast EMA to 100. Okay, that's what we are changing to 100. So if you were to look at this, by default this is sitting at 12. Okay, this is sitting at 12.26.9. We're going to change this fast into 100. That is what we're going to have. Okay, so without wasting any time, obviously let me show you some of the structures, price action structures that you have to look for. Obviously, since you want to catch the market on extreme highs and extreme lows, what you have to do is to look at least for something of this nature. Those who are in the 31 days private losses, they know we've talked about structures like that and those particular extensions and all that kind of stuff. All right, so look for this, or rather look for the market that is moving in that fashion to create new lows, and you want to catch it extremely low. You want to catch those early reversals back to the upside. Okay, that's what you want to be doing, or back to the downside. Don't forget to also subscribe to this channel and like, so that we grow into one huge channel, so that we can be able to reach more people out there. All right, cool. So that's some of the structures that we want to focus on, and also the W's and M patterns. If you're looking at something like this and you want to catch your turning points around those, okay, or maybe a little bit higher. Okay, so these are some of the structures that you need to pay attention to. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, just hang on. I'm going to show you how you can actually work around it. So with the Fibonacci, not the Fibonacci, rather the MACD, modification there, where you're just punching in 100 instead of 12, this is going to be much wider. As you can see, let me show you that this is going to be much wider. So the space between this, you can see this is wider. It doesn't cross every time, but it crosses less frequently. So that is going to help you. But I want you to pay attention to something now. This is very important for this system. If you are a buyer, you need to have two color codes. So if you are a buyer, you are buying low, right? So if you're buying low, you need to have a bearish crossover on your MACD. You need a simultaneous sort of a bearish crossover on your MACD. I'm going to show you nicely how we're going to do this. So just remember this color coding. So if you want to buy up there on your chart, this is on your chart, let's say price coming down, and you want to buy from this structure, and you've drawn your supports and resistance and all those kind of things, right? And you want to buy this low, right? So the idea is that you're buying, you are green to the upside, but on your MACD, you need a crossover that is bearish. Okay, you need a bearish crossover, right? And if you are a seller, suppose price it's up there on structure and you're looking to sell, so let's use a red for sell, and you're looking to sell there. Okay, so on your MACD it should be the opposite. You are waiting for a bullish crossover. I know probably some of you are going to be saying, what is this guy doing? Remember, I have modified the fast EMA on the MACD indicator. That is why you are actually getting this sort of a thing. And this is going to be something that is conservative, because the crossover is not going to take place frequently. Okay, that's why the 100 modification, something that I've tested over the years. Okay, and it seems to be it is very profitable. One of the profitable things that you can do, right? Although you'll have to combine it with some other stuff. Check some other videos that I've done on the channel. It's completely free. Obviously, you're not paying for anything. Before you pay for those weird classes, whether it's Vindy classes or anybody's class, check the content on YouTube. Most of these things, they are there on YouTube. Okay, so you can find most of this content. That's why I'm creating content as well, so that you don't have to pay for 15,000 classes, 8,000 classes, 3,000 classes, 2,000 classes, whatever the case could be. All right, check on YouTube. Okay, otherwise for this you are looking for a buy crossover. These are crossovers. That's what you're looking for, crossovers down here on the MACD. Okay, sounds easy, right? Okay, let's see if we can look at some few examples. So if I go back to the charts right here, you can see that right here, remember, so if you are looking at this and you're looking to sell up there, what do you look for? If you're selling this portion or selling that portion, you look for a bullish crossover. So you can see there was a bullish crossover there. There was another one round about that area. Okay, so they've been bullish crossovers and price came back down. Let me show you with just a vertical line there. So you can see that as soon as that crossover was taking place there, price actually started coming back down. Okay, very, 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 very important. Another bullish crossover took place there. Price came down as well. Remember what I said, the color coding is the opposite. So if you are looking to sell, let me see if I can get that color. If you're looking to sell up there, what do you wait for? A buy signal down here, a bullish crossover, not necessarily a buy signal, but a bullish crossover on your MACD. Again, even there, if you're looking to sell this portion, what do you wait for? You wait for another bullish crossover. Okay, so now the price is down here. I'm going to show you now something that event actually occurred. So this is in hindsight, it might look very, very perfect. What about this one now? So if we're looking to buy this, let's say we have some sort of a zone there, okay, which is the lowest part, or maybe you're looking at your M's, right? You're looking at your M's, stuff like that, and you're looking to buy this low back to the upside. What do we do now? Obviously, we will wait for a bearish crossover. We are buying. So the color coding for this upward part is what? It's actually gonna be green. So green up here on the chart, and then red down here, which is a bearish crossover, right? Sounds simple. And some of the things that you can also combine with this stuff like trend line breaks, you can simply move a trend line there. If you are comfortable with trading those trend line breakout, you can add those kind of things and all those kind of things to the upside. That's going to help you to not to gamble, but to have more confirmations or to wait for more confirmations. If there's one thing that you have to do, no matter how good the system or strategy is, it's also to risk 2% of your equity or 1%. Don't risk everything. Have a certain fixed risk per trade. That's how you will survive. Without that, obviously, you're gonna buy courses, gonna join groups, you're just gonna run around and waste a lot of money. The risk management is very important when it comes to this. All right, let's look at another example. Let's just use let's see if we can use Nasdaq for this one. Let's just use Nasdaq for this one. Let's see if we can use Nasdaq. Let me just select my template there. So you can see here is Nasdaq. You can see up there when there was a bearish crossover, or rather when there was a bullish crossover down here, price actually came down. So remember, the color coding is the opposite. So this was bearish, and then down here a bullish crossover. Can you see that? The bearish up there, bullish crossover. Very, 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 very important. Bearish up, bullish. Look at this one now. And if you look at this, price stayed for a very long time down here on one side without crossing over to the upper side. Mainly, this is mainly when there's some sort of neutralization or when price is just moving sideways, as you can see. Also take note of that. Of course, I can't cover everything in one video. That's just going to be terrible. So you can see how this thing was going up or moving in one direction. And if you look at it, it kept on giving us those signals to the upside. It never crossed over to the other side. So there is still a chance that this thing could actually continue to the upside. As you can see, these have stayed long around this. Okay, it have stayed long around this portion. So there is a potential of this actually continuing as long as it still stays up there. Remember, we only had that bearish crossover here and a bullish move somewhere around this area, and price have never gone up there again. So it stayed extremely bullish on this side. So it's the opposite of what you're gonna see with your normal MACD and all that shandies. But the 100, as I've said, that this 100 AMA modification, it allows you not to look at a lot of crossovers or noise. Rather, it reduces noise. So if you look at this is gonna be much better. Maybe if you're working on H1 and 30 minutes, this is gonna be much better. So if you look at this particular low here, if you remember correctly, you look at this particular low here, I was actually looking at this structure. Those who are in the Telegram channel, do check the Telegram channel once more. This is actually what I was looking at, this 1, 2, 3 sort of a move, right? Somewhat during the week. So you can see here, I was looking to buy this thing to the upside. If you check here, there was a bearish crossover. Remember, the color coding is the opposite. So if you're looking at red, yeah, up there you are actually buying. Okay, so the main thing is what you want to do on the chart, not what you want to do on the MACD. The MACD is just guiding you as to what you can actually do. Okay, very, very, very important. Once more here, there was a bullish crossover down here. The color coding should be the opposite. If this one is green up there, this one is actually selling. Okay, very, very clean crossovers, no noise or whatsoever that you can find. So this is a very, very simple thing, but you need to understand the color coding. So in other words, if you are a buyer, you need a bearish crossover. If you are a buyer here, you need to see some sort of a bearish crossover similar to this. So if you're buying down here, I was waiting for this bearish crossover down there. Okay, that's another thing that you can actually do. Similar structure. That is why I emphasized on that. You must look at the price action structures that are there, maybe your zigzags or your W's or something of that nature, right? Very, very important. Maybe you're looking at your wave counts like that and you're willing to catch that just at the end of wave 5. If you have an Elliott wave trader, you can just combine it with this 1, 2, 3 there. Okay, and then you can see, so if you wanted to catch this low back to the upside, this is what you needed, which is actually what? A bearish crossover, the opposite, because you are a buyer here, you're green. So down here, you should be seeing something that is crossing downwards. That's what I'm saying, it's a bearish crossover. This is crossing to the downside. Okay, very, very important. Similar stuff there, crossing to the downside. And then even here, you can see this is green. Obviously, that's for buyers, crossing to the downside. Once more, even there, did the same thing, crossing to the downside, the bearish crossover. So you find that it keeps on giving you bearish crossovers while it's on the other side. It's very important to see the bearish crossover. So in the case of this, you can see that the red line that I have here, when it's on top of the green line, price goes up. Okay, and then even here the red line was on top, there was another crossover, price went up. So this is actually what I was trying to explain here, that as long as the red line kept on staying on top of the green line, as you can see, price kept on moving up. So that's another thing. Maybe you'll have to watch this video twice in order to be able to understand. If you like this content, of course, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to share with your friends. If you think this is cool, join the Telegram channel. Drop your comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video. If it's cool, if it's crap, let me know down below. Of course, this might not be for everyone. This is not for everyone. If you are comfortable with whatever system that you have, fine. But if you want to learn a new thing or use a new thing, just modify that. Use this one. This crosses less frequently. Of course, this is not a very long video. I don't want to make this long. Yes, but I'm going to do some other videos maybe on the other side, maybe some advanced stuff on the same system, on how one can actually combine it with a whole bunch of other things. I'm not sure if I should shut it down. Let me do one more example. Okay, let's see if we can do gold. So very easy. Once more, let me clean this so you can see with gold. So if you're looking at this structure, which is a flat top triangle, right? So if you had no idea as to whether price is going to break away, this is what you had. So this is a bearish crossover, remember? Because this moving, the red one, it's actually on top. Yeah, okay, it's actually on top. So what happened is this bearish crossover actually gave us a bullish move to the upside, as you can see. That's why I said the color coding, this is bearish, so up there it gave bullish. But look at this now, there was a change. This is bullish, and then up here bearish. Can you see that? That's what the 100 is doing. The 100 is flipping things around. And for now, this is still what, showing us a bearish signal of some sort. Okay, until it gets somewhere up there. Okay, but if you look at price, the most important thing is not for you to follow the indicator, but to understand price as to whether price is extremely high or extremely low. That's why I said these structures are very important. Focus on what price is doing up here. This is just there to give you some sort of confirmation. Okay, you're not looking at this and taking trades, you're looking at what the candlesticks up here are doing. Okay, so if this thing is extremely low, as you've seen gold dropping down here, and we wanted to catch it down here, of course, now that price is low, as a buyer, this is you being green, you will actually go down to the MACD and look for a red signal. Okay, because here you are being green. Remember the color coding, that will make it easier for you. So here you're being green, obviously down here you look for something that is saying we are crossing bearish. But the reason why this seems like it's not crossing that bearish, it's because of these dramatic moves. Okay, so that's why you have to familiarize changing time frames to see if you can find a clear signal on another time frame. Like for instance, this is what this will explain better what I'm saying. So you can see it's the same move that you saw on H4, but right here you can see there was a nice pin bar together with what, as a buyer you are green. But if you check here, you can see that these particular guys right here, they were crossing bearish. Okay, so it's very important to use different time frames, but the idea is that you are going to be guided by what price is doing on the charts, the structures. Okay, because this is for you to catch market highs and market lows. So this is the structure, you have it, and then this is extremely low. Okay, so if you want to catch this low, what you do, you wait for that particular signal, or you can wait for another thing, maybe trend line break and a whole bunch of other strategies. If you're in the 31 days private classes, obviously I teach a whole bunch of other strategies there, which you can combine with this to get the same thing. So you can see you're only catching market highs and market lows. Otherwise, without making this video long, let me just chop it down. Sharp.